Hello and welcome to this week's episode of This Week at Endicott. I'm Matt Layton.
And I'm Jessica Puchaz, and here's what's happening this week.
On Thursday, October 30th, the second annual first-year residential experience Haunted Hall Trail will be held. This begins at 7 at the cross-country trail entrance by Bayview Hall. Go out and see what's lurking on the trails of Endicott. Then at 9, the Pub of the Grove will be open.
On Friday, October 31st, there will be a Halloween dance held in the Field House starting at 9. Come out for a night of costumes, great music, dancing, candy, and listen to a DJ, Henry McCauley, mix up the hits. The dance is free, so make sure to stop by and check it out.
This past week's weather has featured flash flooding in Endicott, cold winds, and summer-like temperatures. Now, the possibility of snow is in the forecast. Let's send it over to Erica Berman with a look at this weekend's weather. Erica?
Hello, Endicott. This is your weekend weather update. On Thursday, there'll be a high of 57 and a low of 37, and it'll be partly cloudy. Friday, Halloween, has a high of 53 and will be cloudy. There'll be sun in the day, but your trick-or-treat forecast will get down to 43 degrees. On the positive side, there's only a 25% chance of rain, but on the negative side, there will be 22-mile-per-hour winds, so it is going to feel like it's 30 degrees. I suggest you bundle up. Saturday starts November off cold and rainy, with a high of 49 and a low of 34. Remember to turn your clocks back, so when you wake up Sunday, it'll be dark, but the rest of the day will be cloudy with a high of 45 and a low of 30. It might rain, and there's even the possibility of snow. That's all I have for you. Thank you, and back to the desk.
Thanks, Erica. On Saturday, November 1st, there will be a barbecue held on outside of the Williston Lawns from 3 to 5. Make sure to stop by and check it out, as there will be free giveaways. Following the barbecue, the football team will be holding its senior night game versus MIT at 5.
Also on Saturday, Movie Night in the Lower Callahan will be presenting Jersey Boys at 8. At 9, Guardians of the Galaxy will be playing in the Fieldhouse.
On Sunday, November 2nd, volunteers are needed at the Greater Boston Food Bank. Volunteers will work in the warehouse, inspecting, sporting, and packaging food and grocery products. These tasks will require standing time of 2 to 3 hours. Transportation will be provided. If you are interested, sign up in the Student Activities office.
Now let's send it over to sports with Jocelyn Kane. Jocelyn?
Hello and welcome to this week and last week's recaps on Endicott sports. We are off last week due to the blackout, but that doesn't mean our athletes stopped kicking butt. For ECTV, I'm Jocelyn Kane. The cross-country teams traveled to Franklin Park in Boston last Friday, the 17th, to compete at the Saints Invite. The women's team finished 5th overall, in the usual 7 rounded up the pack. This will be their last 5K of the season, seeing as the course moves to 6Ks for the championships. On the men's side, Zach Marshall led the team in his 8th place finish overall. Both teams will head over to Gordon this Saturday to compete at the CCC Championships. The equestrian team headed to Dartmouth College on the 18th, where they were awarded High Point School. First place ribbons were awarded to Morgan Entwistle, Jenna Feed, Sylvia Graff, Abby Hunt, and Morgan Knight. The team brought home a 2nd place finish out of the 11 teams. They will compete at Colby Sawyer on the 25th, University of New Hampshire on the 1st, then their home show on the 2nd. The field hockey team only lost 1 game in the past 2 weeks. They beat Roger Williams, Husson, Western New England, Salve Regina, and only fell to the University of New England on the 21st, 3-2. They play Nichols the 29th, Gordon on the 1st for their last 2 in-season games. They start the CCC semifinals on the 5th of November. The football team is on a winning streak, beating both Nichols and Coast Guard the past 2 weeks. After their win against Nichols, Drew Fournette collected his 2nd consecutive NEFC Offensive Player of the Week award, and sophomore defensive end Craig Anderson was named NEFC Defensive Player of the Week. They swept Coast Guard 14-13 this past Saturday. They play MIT this Saturday night for senior night. The golf team placed 7th in the GA Championships, Junior Austin Teal earned medalist honors, his third medalist honor of the fall season. The team will now break until second semester when the competition kicks off in April. The women's soccer team played Curry, Wentworth, and Eastern Nazarene in the past 2 weeks and only fell to Eastern Nazarene. In their efforts throughout the season, the women have earned the second seed in the CCC tournament. They play their first match on the 1st against number 7, Wentworth. The men's team played Curry, Wentworth, and Eastern Nazarene in the past 2 weeks and only tied to Wentworth in double overtime. They will start playing in the CCC quarterfinals on Saturday. The women's tennis team did well in the Newitt Invitational, beating Trinity in the first match but losing to Babson in the second. The girls are now off until the spring season. The women's volleyball team is on a winning streak, beating Eastern Nazarene, Curry, Salem State, and the University of New England. They play Western New England for their last in-season game on Saturday. And that's it for this week's recap on Endicott Sports. Be sure to tune in as we enter championship season for the Gulls. For ECTV, I'm Jocelyn Kane.
Now to Megan Cummings with Connor O'Keefe with the Endicott Observer.
Hello, my name is Megan Cummings, and I am here with Connor O'Keefe, an editor of Endicott's own newspaper, the Endicott Observer. Thank you for joining us here today. Let's start tonight's interview by talking about what the Endicott Observer is. Can you give us a brief summary of what sections you cover?
Sure, Megan. The Observer is basically a standard newspaper. You have news, sports, features, and editorials and all stuff like that. We actually recently added a creative writing section where students can just send in anything that they've written. And yeah, we also have a website now that has a collection of the articles, and they go up throughout the week, and that's pretty much it.
Oh, okay. What is your job specifically as an editor?
My job as an editor, as the news editor, what I do is I get the news articles from the news section and I will edit them. I'll look over for grammatical mistakes, I'll format them if they need to be reformatted a certain way. And then I just send them to the editor-in-chief and then they go to print.
Nice. Are there any interesting pieces that we should look forward to in reading in upcoming issues?
Yeah, actually, we're going to be doing an interview with David Cobb, and he is the leader of a movement called Move to Amend, which is a movement to amend the Constitution. He'll be coming here on November 5th, I believe. Yeah, we'll be doing an interview with him and he'll be in the paper. And then myself and another one of my editors, Graham Romina, we're going to be doing a co-written piece about Halloween in Salem, so be on the lookout for that one too.
When should we expect those in the issues?
Those will be in the next issue that comes out, so I'm not exactly sure when this will air, but the next issue that comes out.
Okay. How long have you been involved with the Endicott Observer, and how did you get involved?
I got involved pretty much the first issue of last year, so I got involved when I was a freshman, and basically all I did was I just found out when the meetings were, and I just showed up and volunteered to write stuff.
For others that want to join, when are the meetings?
The meetings are every other Tuesday at 7 o'clock in the lower AC.
Okay, perfect. Is there any way that a person can submit a piece of writing without being involved in actual paper?
Yeah, absolutely. There are multiple email addresses for all the editors. There's myself, Michaela Paddock, Graham Romina, Kaylee Brown, and our editor-in-chief, Ayla Graney. And you can send us any of us emails and we'll make sure the piece runs.
Perfect. Would you have any advice for any future members who would want to join next year?
Well, you don't even have to wait till next year. We're always accepting new writers. And all I can just tell you is either come to the meetings or just contact one of the editors with any interest, and we'll either tell you what to do or you can do your own thing.
Perfect. I think that just about covers about everything Endicott Observer. Thank you so much for joining us here today. Now back to Jess and Matt with the news.
Thanks, Megan. In other news this week, Endicott has been awarded a prestigious U.S. Department of Education grant for a new center for residential student parents. The grant, valued at $495,000, will be given over the course of the next 3 years to help support programs such as Keys to Degrees, Innovation, and Replication grants. Also included will be graduate grants as well. Congratulations to Endicott on this big accomplishment.
Let's find out what's happening in the world of entertainment with Christina and Nicole on Too Glam to Give a Damn.
Hey guys, welcome to this week's segment of Too Glam to Give a Damn.
I'm Nicole.
And I'm Christina. Let's check out what's hot in Hollywood.
First things first, let's talk about Taylor Swift. Taylor Swift dropped her new album 1989 this week after her hit single Shake It Off. This album is getting amazing reviews. It happens to be titled after her birthday year. You go, Taylor Swift.
Bruce Jenner, the former star of E's Keeping Up with the Kardashians, was photographed cruising around Malibu while wearing red nail polish and holding a cigarette on his birthday. When paparazzi caught him hours later, he had no nail polish on and his nails weren't done. Did Bruce give himself a roadside manicure?
Ever since Bruce and Chris split, he's been experimenting with his appearance, sporting longer locks and oversized glasses. Is speculation true that Bruce Jenner is turning into a woman? Let us know your thoughts and tweet us at 2GlamEC.
Emma Watson's beauty, talent, and intelligence never cease to amaze us. This A-lister left her glamorous red carpet look at home to deliver a phenomenal speech about equality among the sexes at the United Nations, and she won't quit. She used her interview with Elle to continue to talk about her undying passion for women's rights. Despite stars who have surprisingly spoken out against feminism, Emma fully supports it.
But the reason behind her ultra-public support of feminism is a real shocker. Emma continues in a funny way. Doing this is my way of making sense of fame. Of using it, I have found a new way to channel towards something else, which makes it so much more manageable for me, and this is something I really believe in. That's amazing.
And now here's So False or So True.
True.
Has TLC's Honey Boo Boo been canceled? This is so true. TMZ reported that TLC canceled Here Comes Honey Boo Boo following allegations that Mama June Shannon is dating a convicted child molester named Mark McDaniel. The network has already shot the entire season of new episodes but will not air them due to the allegations, as they believe Shannon is putting her children at risk. We think that this is a good call.
And that's it. Stay tuned for next week's for more entertainment. Stay glam!
Hi, my name is Emily Hoffman, and I'm starting a new segment each week called Healthy Endicott. It will be covering a new issue or topic in health that will help to keep Endicott's campus healthy and happy. This week, I will be discussing the inevitable fiend that attacks during these next winter months, the flu. The illness spreads rampantly and leaves about 200,000 people in the hospital each year. You may be wondering why it is necessary to be vaccinated each year. It is because, unlike other microbes, the influenza virus consists of multiple strains that mutate each year, and just being exposed to one of these strains can cause one to become very sick with the flu. According to NBC News, there are 6 states in our country so far that have already seen an increase in flu activity. Let us not make Massachusetts one of them. This year in particular is especially risky to people of our age group due to the strain H1N1, most commonly affecting young adults. The flu vaccine this year is providing immunity from 3 to 4 different strains, including this H1N1 strain. Be smart. Go take 5 minutes out of your busy day to get vaccinated. Depending on your insurance, many pharmacies will gladly provide you with a flu shot, or you can even get one here on campus at the health center. Well, that is all I've got for tonight. Thank you, and I will see you next week on Healthy Endicott.
Hi, I'm Eden, and I'm here with the latest happening on the arts at Endicott campus. The main stage production of Glass Menagerie was a success even during the power outage that happened last week. I have Haley Cook with me to discuss her experience through this whole thing.
Hey, Haley.
Hi.
So, how did you feel when you first knew you were going to be in this play?
I was ecstatic. I had been looking at the character of Laura all throughout the summer and couldn't wait for the opportunity to capture the character of Laura and bring her to life.
So what was like a day in the life?
We spent the first couple weeks doing table talks, meaning that we spent the night looking through the script and reading the scenes and figuring out our character's objective, what they want, and their super objective, their goal throughout the whole play. And then we brought it to its feet, and our director, Penny, blocked the scenes, and we just kept practicing doing them over and over again, getting used to working with each other and our characters.
That's great. So what was the experience like when you got to perform your role?
It was amazing. Of course, the power outage was difficult, but the shows were still great, and it's such an emotional show that it really was a joy to portray these characters and feel those true emotions, especially during the last scene. For those of you who saw it, it was pretty intense. but it was so much fun, and it really reminded me why I love acting.
I remember you were saying something like you could never have this experience again. Do you want to go off with something like that?
Yeah, during the last scene, he broke a piece of glass, and we never practiced it. So the first time we did it was during the show, and so our reactions were true. And the ending scene, I was crying on stage, and I was just so lost in the moment and the character, and it was just amazing. And I don't think I'll ever have that experience again.
That's great. So what would you say to anyone that's interested in joining the performing arts but doesn't know how to start or might be nervous?
Definitely look at the course catalog. There's Intro to Theater, which I'm in right now, which is a great introductory class. There's acting classes that are good too, Acting Techniques 1 and 2. And also there's Drama Club, which is just a great way to be involved. It's pretty chill, but there are a lot of great people involved in the club, and it's always great to meet new faces.
Thank you so much for stopping by this week.
Thank you.
Additionally, with that, we have some artwork from Clint Fulkerson. Point in Space is on display throughout the VPAC until January 16th. In the Heffler's Visiting Arts Gallery, you can see artwork from Giovanni Di Cunto, which has been shown throughout Paris as well as featured on CBS. The Spencer's Gallery continues to showcase the photographic work of Stephen Liss. Finally, tickets are now available for the Drama Club's production of Lights of Broadway, which is all produced, directed, and performed by Endicott students. The show has its opening night November 6th at 7:30 p.m. Thanks for tuning in. Now back to you at the desk.
Well, that does it for this week. Thanks for joining us. I'm Matt Layton.
And I'm Jessica Puchaz. Remember to turn those clocks back on Sunday. Have a great week, Gulls.